Hello and welcome to this video. Today, we are visiting a place that is not only part of history, but also a powerful reminder for all of humanity, Auschwitz and Birkenau. Located in present-day Poland, Auschwitz was established by Nazi Germany during World War II. It was not just a single camp, but a complex of camps. The two most well-known are Auschwitz I, the main camp, and Auschwitz II, Birkenau, which became the largest extermination camp. As you enter Auschwitz I, you pass through a gate with the words Arbeit macht frei, which means work sets you free. These words were a cruel lie. For the people who were brought here, there was no freedom, only suffering, forced labor, and, for many, death. Between 1940 and 1945, more than 1.1 million people were murdered at Auschwitz. The majority were Jewish men, women, and children. But many others were also targeted, including Roma, political prisoners, Soviet prisoners of war, and people who were persecuted simply for who they were. Birkenau was designed for mass extermination. Trains arrived directly at the camp, often after long, inhumane journeys. When people stepped off these trains, they were immediately subjected to selection. In just moments, their fate was decided. Some were chosen for forced labor. Many others, including children, the elderly, and the weak, were sent directly to gas chambers. The conditions for those who were forced to work were brutal. Prisoners suffered from starvation, disease, exhaustion, and constant fear. They were stripped of their names and identities, reduced to numbers, and treated as if their lives had no value. Walking through Birkenau today, you see long rows of barracks stretching across the landscape. Inside, wooden bunks were packed tightly together. Often, several people had to share a single space meant for one. There was little warmth, little hygiene, and almost no hope. One of the most powerful and heartbreaking aspects of visiting Auschwitz is seeing the personal belongings left behind. Shoes, suitcases, glasses, and even human hair are preserved in the museum. Each item represents a person, a life that was violently taken. These objects remind us that the victims were not just numbers, but individuals with families, dreams, and futures. Auschwitz is now a memorial and museum. It exists not only to document what happened, but also to educate future generations. It asks us to reflect on how such atrocities were possible and to recognize the consequences of hatred, racism, and indifference. Visiting this place is not easy. It is quiet, heavy, and deeply emotional. But it is also important. It challenges us to remember and to bear witness. Because remembrance matters. When we remember, we honor the victims. We acknowledge their suffering and ensure that their stories are not forgotten. And by doing so, we take a step toward preventing such horrors from happening again. In today's world, where discrimination and division still exist, the lessons of Auschwitz remain painfully relevant. This place is not only about the past, it is a warning for the present and the future. As we walk through Auschwitz and Birkenau, we are reminded of what can happen when humanity loses its way. But we are also reminded of our responsibility to stand against hatred, to speak out against injustice, and to protect the dignity of every human being. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If this message resonates with you, consider sharing it. Because remembering is not just about looking back, it is about shaping a better future.